Right, today's brew is a Mango Lassi IPA with 300 grams of Melanoidin Wayman's, 4.5 kilos of Golden Promise Simpsons, 400 grams of Lactose as a late addition, and 500 grams of Maltodextrin as a late addition. I'm going to boil with 15 grams of Magnum at 60 minutes. It's a 60-minute boil. I'm mashing in at 68 degrees for this. Try and get a fuller body, hence also the Maltodextrin and the Lactose, the Melanoidin. As I say, 15 grams Magnum per boil, then nothing else throughout the whole of the boil till we come to the end. Then the two late additions being the Maltodextrin and the Lactose. Then after that, hop stand at 77 degrees for 30 minutes, whirlpool sort of thing, with 50 grams of Mosaic, 40 grams of Azacca. Then I'm going to dry hop at top Krausen with 50 grams of Mosaic and 30 grams of Azacca. And then it's calmed down, another 30 grams of Nelson Sauvin. And then after that I'll put it into a secondary and drop 2 kilos of mangoes possibly onto it. I might just do a stick it in. I'll do 14 days or 7 days, whatever, wait till it drops out, then chuck the mangoes just on top. I might as well. It's better than messing about. Water treatment today. I think I'm going for quite a hoppy, hop forward sort of water profile. So I've gone with 5 grams of Epsom salt and 2 grams of calcium carbonate, I think it is. That just should liven the hops up a bit. And then fermenting with Kveik. And that is the start of the day. So, time to get the mash in. Back in a minute, forgot my stirrer. So why am I doing a video of this one? Well, it's another with a fruit addition, and I'm using lactose and maltodextrin and melanoidin. 3 additions that I've not used before, so I'm quite interested in seeing what they bring to the game. So if I'm interested, I thought other people might be as well. Hence why we're doing it. I mean, this is, yeah, boring TV. Seeing I'm stirring a pot, nothing exciting. So, mash done. Take that pipe out. Put on the filter. Right, I'm quite happy with that texture. Look, good consistency, nice porridgey. Look to it. That's should be get a good mash. Put the arm on, recirculation arm. Which I've never liked the fasten of this. That's on. Everything in place. Start the mash. Target 68 degrees because I want a full body, good mouthfeel for this brew. I want it quite thick and almost like a yogurt or a milkshake. So, an hour's time, we'll come back, do the sparge. An hour's time, then we'll have the mash out for 10 minutes at 76, 75 I think it is. Then sparge and on to boil. Right, mash is done. Time to get on with the sparge. Something first, lift the arm. lid off. Right, it's come out quite dark, not very clear, but clarity is not a problem as we're chucking in 2 kilos of mango puree anyway, so I don't expect a clear beer after all this. Lift, let it drain. It's draining pretty quick, so no stuck sparge. It's not too bad actually looking, for clarity wise. It's better than I thought. It was obviously something dropped quite far down. So, like I said, it's not really going to matter. It's quite an amber, almost marmalade colour at the moment, which is nice. I'll let that drain away. And then we'll do our sparge. Right, sparging away. 2 litres in. Grains dropped right down, so I should have used the smaller brewing arms, I suppose. I don't know what you really call them, but I don't have them for small batches on this, so it looks like that inside at the minute. A lot of grain on top, big gap between the filter and the arm. So, pipe work, sorry, that'd be the word for it. It's draining not too bad. It's not stuck, which is a bonus. I'm sick of having stuck sparges of late. Right, well, mash out's nearly done, but I fucked up again. I went to unplug my HLT and accidentally unplugged the grain farther. I'm halfway through the process, so it won't connect to the app, which is already running. So I just have to go through and hope that I can get through using the app. I don't think it's connected. I don't think it knows what. It's connected and works out what temperature I'm at. But this bit doesn't really know what's going on over there. But that knows. I don't know. Hopefully it'll all work out and the brew will work. Always got to have one cock up, haven't you? At least. Alright, we're slowly getting up to temp. As you can see, the proteins are building on the top. Some people like to scoop them off, but I want as much protein in this to give it some body, some richness, good mouthfeel, good head retention, so we're going to try and get it all back in. Because we had a high mash out, it's probably going to be quite creamy already. Yeah, so it's going to be quite heady and creamy. Right, initial Magnum boil, hot's going in now. 60 minutes. Right, now we're adding the lactose and maltodextrin. We've had 5 minutes. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this and how this is going to work. I'm adding it all in together. Matt Evans said to add it at, maybe best off adding it, putting some hot water in it, mixing the lactose up with some hot water, then adding it as all one thing at Flameout, but I'd already mixed it, but I'm not sure whether the maltodextrin would have gone well with the water first, but I'm not really getting anything lumps really. It's going in, oh we are getting a couple. We'll see how it goes. This could be a bit of a problem, but we'll see how it pans out. Seems to be going in okay. It seems to be dissolving nicely. This should give it a creamy, thick body, hopefully. And I'm not too fussed about that bit. So, there's a little bit there. stuck. It seems to have all pretty much got in, if you can see that. Seems to have all gone in okay. No large blobs. So we're about at 5 minutes left, just under now. And then we'll get heat off, get the chiller on. We'll get it down to 77 degrees. Then put the final hops in. Put the hops down the whirlpool. We'll do that for half an hour. Right, we've finished boiling now, so it's time to get chilling. Right. So first off, we start the pump. We recirculate it through. Get a bit of oxygen in there, post boil, but I'm not too fussed about that. It'll be good for aeration later. Now we start to get the beer through. It's at 100 degrees, so that should sterilise the inside of here. Puts it all back in the beer. We'll let it do that for a minute or so before we then turn on the water for the counterflow. What we're going to do is drop the temperature from, at the minute it's at, the minute the water temperature, liquid temperature is 94 degrees. I mean, it's not really 94, it's probably a bit lower than that, a bit higher than that. Then we'll drop it down to 77, leave it there with a target temperature, which I'll set now as 77. Yeah. So target temperature set at 77, we'll chill it down and then hold it at that while we whirlpool for half an hour. Right, I've started the counterflow. Just had to get the water through now. Oh yeah, that's boiling hot now. Coming out of there. I should start to watch the temperatures drop quickly. We can't see it for that. I mean, that's not how fast the actual temperature's dropping, because obviously I've got the pipe going in. It's probably going down quite, pushing the water down to the bottom. So I'll have to give it a stir to get a proper accurate reading. So it could take a few minutes. Right, so we've hit our target temperature of 77 degrees. I've switched off the cold water circulation, but I'm keeping the pump running to circulate all this goodness for the next 20 minutes. There's a 30-minute hops down. Hops. So I'll just set a timer for 30 minutes. Well, there we go. So, give it a bit of a stir, keep it... Oh, it smells gorgeous, that now. Giving it a stir. I won't be doing this all the time, 30 minutes, but just enough to get it started. And hopefully, it should circulate a bit with me putting it round to an edge like that. See you in a bit. Alright, my timer's on halfway, so I'm going to stop the recirculation pump because of what I would like to get done. One of the other reasons for doing a whirlpool in the grandfather is to try and get the hops, etc., the trub and stuff at the bottom to sit in a nice little pile at the bottom so it doesn't clog the filter. It has been clogging the filter as I've been trying to push it through and round, and I don't want that to happen anymore, so I've done half the whirlpool recirculated, and I'll do the other half without, and it should hopefully get the hop boiled, etc., well mixed in, well circulated around the brew. I'm sure it can't do it any harm. Hopefully it can only do good. So keep going for another 15 minutes. I won't be doing this constantly for 15 minutes, that's for sure. But let that go. And then after 15 minutes we'll get it into the fermenter. Alright, I'm about to drop onto this yeast cake, which is the Kveik that I did cider with recently. This should kick pretty quickly and give me a good beer. Alright, that's the timer. Time to switch on the recirc. The water flowing. Get our fermenter lid off. Switch the pump on. And away we go. Wake this yeast up. Right, our fermenter's full. Gotta get a lid on her. Get her in the fermenting chamber. Right, our fermenter's full. Gotta get a lid on her. Get her in the fermenting chamber. Right, that's her safely tucked in. All in there with the yeast. Temperature probe is down here. I use one of these bungee ropes with a padded cushion and put that behind there. I know a lot of people tape it on, but I found the tape kept coming off all the time, so I've got a bungee cord, fasten it round, sweeten up. So we're at 22.5 at the minute on the temperature. You can see, I'm going to ramp that up to 25 now and leave it to be. That should be it. We'll check up on it and to the dry hops, the mango, and then we'll go on to taste it finally in a couple of weeks. So, cheers, take care, see you in a couple of weeks. Right, I'm on cleanup now. All finished, all done. So, how did I think it went? Well, okay. The issue with the grandfather turning off, well, me turning it off, that was just stupid. I probably could have used the app to reset the app, finish that session, reconnected, skipped a few steps, and been back where I was. And I probably could have done that, but I didn't. I just went with the idea of using a timer. Worked. My OG was 1.068, 1.070 I think. Finally, when I checked properly, let it stand, checked it. I was supposed to get 1.065, but that was based on my original recipe. Now I upped the lactose from 300 or 400 grams, I think it was 400, to 500, because I thought, what's the point of keeping 100 grams of lactose? I'm going to use it for anything else really, am I? So I just shipped it all in. Other than that, yeah. Yeast cake seemed okay, I think. There's a bit of a smell, almost sour when I first opened it, but it'd done a cider, so I'm not sure. We'll see, that should be fine. I hope anyway. I don't think I should have a problem with that. No real other incidents. Oh, the blockages, but they're part and parcel of using the grandfather, I think. You get the blockages, you do it, you clear it out, you keep going, it all works out. So we've got 23 litres of what should be a Mango Lassi IPA on the way. I look forward to doing the next video on it. So, all okay so far. Right, so it's the... Hello? Hello! Right, so it's the same evening from the brew, and I don't think you can see in there, but we're getting a good Krausen going already. So I'm already chuck the first dry hops in on day one. This is, I believe, if I remember rightly, it was only a couple of hours ago I did this. 50 grams of Mosaic and 40 grams 40 grams of Azacca. So that's having to go in now because we're pretty much at high Krausen already. So chuck them in. Like I say, this Kveik Yeast, man. I've finished putting that in at about 6 o'clock. It is now 11 o'clock. I'm at high Krausen. Love it. Fucking love it. This fucking yeast is mint. Right, so away she goes until a couple of days' time. Alright, I'm going to take a reading of the Mango Lassi Ipa. Just going to sterilise this paste, get that excess, sterilise the inside of that. Right, we'll get a reading to see whether we can get the second dry hop in. The smell is quite pungent at the minute, quite strong. Some of that will be the hops, some of that will be the esters from the yeast, and the rest will just be fermentation process. So that's that. Get my thermometer. Long way, it's this way. Thermometer, hydrometer. And looking about 1.028 is what it was yesterday. Oh, we're dropping still. Dropping still quite considerably. We're down to 1.024. It's day, what's day, Wednesday, so it's day 4. Yeah, we'll go with it. Getting the end of the fermentation. I mean, this will not attenuate too much, or not too long, hopefully, because it's got quite a bit of Maltodextrin in. I fermented it high because I wanted to get more non-fermentable sugars in there. But anyway, there we go with the final dry hop. I altered the recipe slightly. It was meant to just be 30 grams of Nelson Sauvin, but I had 30 grams of Azacca left, and I thought, well, what's the point? What am I going to do with 30 grams of Azacca? So that's going in as well. That'll go back in the fermentation fridge at 25 degrees. I did ramp it up to 28 for a day, just to see how it did. I'm not closing the lid fully. It's got a big CO2 blanket. It's still pumping out CO2, so it should be fine. Another couple of days. I don't want the full fermentation to finish when I chuck in the mango. I'll probably do the mango tomorrow. It wants defrosting first, and then mushing. I mean, as it defrosts, it gets soft and mushy anyway, so I'll mush it up as a puree. There are mango slices, I'll show you. Mango chunks. Chunks of mango from Sainsbury's. Let's see what they're like. £2 for 500 grams. Quite expensive, really. This base turning out to be, but hopefully it works. It'll be a good one. Right, it's 2 days after the last. Let's get that right. Right, it's 2 days after the last dry hop. I'm putting in a kilo of mango chunks now. These from Sainsbury's. And what I've done is they're defrosted from the freezer, so I've been mushing them in the bag, pulping them. You can put them in a blender if you want, but I haven't really got time for that, so follow me with that mess. Get it open, don't drop the whole bag in. And get the chunks in. That fruity goodness. And you could go for a really strong puree version. Obviously, you're gonna have, this is going to be as hazy as it gets because it's going to have want to pectolate, I believe, in, which is just all that fruit really. So we've gone with a kilo. I was going to do 2 kilos, but the actual hoppage, taste, etc. is quite strong, so I'm just smoothing it out really. The fruit might add a bit more alcohol, obviously. So we'll go with a kilo. I don't want to scoop out, because I'm using a kilo rather than 2. 2 kilos, I think, obviously, as it starts fermenting again and creates CO2, may scrub out a lot of the aroma that I've just put in, which I don't want. So I've gone with a kilo, so it's not so much. Hopefully it won't scrub out too much of the aromas. So that's the fruiting. I'll leave that in there for 5 days, I think, and after that we'll cold crash and get it onto keg, where we'll get it carbonated and then have beer. Cool. Right, so we're there. That Mango Lassi IPA. Carb, pretty much. Get a view of the light. Look at the colour of it. I'll just take it outside. Get a better view of the colour. She's a cracker. Yeah, so really happy with the colour. Carbonation's there. It's a very thick drink. I'm not sure why it isn't staying carbed. It hasn't got a better head on it. Could be the carbing. It's not fully done yet, really. So aroma. Yeah, you smell the mosaic, smell mango, tropical fruits. A little hint of that dank flavour that I like. Oh my word. Sorry about phone call. So aroma. Yeah, mosaic, mango, tropical fruits. It's a bit of dank in there, bit of like heavy wet, piney, resinousy. Cannabis, I suppose, is that skunk, that skunky smell of wet skunk kind of smell there underneath that you get from piney resinousness from the mosaic and the Azacca, because Azacca is meant to be really ripe mango. And yeah, taste. Oh yeah, that's good. I think I said in an earlier test that there was a residual bitterness there that would fade. Yeah, faded. There is a bitterness, it's only slight. 6.1%. It's got fruit in it, so you need something to balance that. So it's not like sickly sweet, it's not like drinking fruit juice totally. The mouthfeel is. The mouthfeel's all thick, slick. It's a good thick mouthfeel. Coats the tongue. This fills you, so to speak. Oh, you know what? I've done it. I am so happy with this beer. This beer. Yeah, get a little bit more carbonation, I think. But other than that, this beer, she's a beauty. She's hitting the spot. 6.1% Mango Lassi. Never thought I'd be making beers like this when I first started. Really didn't. Did a landlord copy, and
Well, it must be my second year now brewing. Nearly 2 years now with the grandfather, and I'm making beers like this. Fan-bloody-tastic. And a lot of this is down to the people, the comments I get, the suggestions, the ideas from the BrewTube Facebook group. So, to Ali Sim, cheers for setting that up. If you hadn't, we'd all still be sort of dispersed to a degree with not really knowing each other. Now we actually have a forum to sit and talk and discuss, as well as doing our videos and our blogs and etc. It's down to you, sir, that this place exists, that we have discussed things, chat about beer, and found a place where I'm really happy to be. Thank you, and I dedicate this beer to you, sir, as well as all the people that have given me help along the way. I mean, the obvious for me would be Adam Walker or Baldies, who basically we discussed about Maltodextrin and New England IPAs and the browning effect that seems to happen. We'll say this is the beers. This, I would pay bloody good money for this beer. I really would. I would be so happy. Must be what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I had a Cloudwater double IPA version 2 and version 3, and they just went boof, blew my mind with what beer could do. That was the second explosion in my head. The first one was obviously Punk IPA, the first time I had a Punk IPA, and it was absolute wow. What's this hops explosion, this aroma, this flavour? It was just like, wow, where does this come from? But Cloudwater double IPAs version 2 and 3, they were like, again, another explosion in my head. Like, wow, beers that can taste like this and be this percent. So I have to admit, it's been a bit of a dream to chase those two beers. And my god, I'm gonna have to have another one. This is doing it. This is a beer that hits the spots. I'm gonna have to do this again. I mean, is it an expensive beer? As far as homebrewing goes, it's. I mean, look. I mean, I can get a head there. Look, initial head. But it's not tight and compact, obviously. It's only been a few days. Yeah. But that fruit, I just punch a fruit in your face with a sharpness, fade into the bitterness at the back end, and you just think, alright, dry bitterness at the back end. Oh, another one. Oh, another taste. Oh yeah. And then you get that sharp, sweet, almost fruit juice, tart quality, that citrus sharpness that you get when you start to drink fruit juice. And you get that initial hit of the citrus in your mouth, bursts across your mouth, and then it dries, fades to a slight bitterness. My god. Possibly the best beer I've brewed so far. I'm pretty certain that that's the case. It's the best beer I've brewed so far. So this is going to get cut. This is going to be all chopped to bits, because otherwise this is going to be like a 4-hour brew day, grain to glass. I am so happy to have made this beer that you wouldn't believe. This is absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Thank you everybody who has helped make this be what it is that I've made. And I mean that, I really do, because yeah, me sat there going, beer. I don't have a clue. There's a lot of things I've had to take on board, a lot of people I've had to listen to, a lot of people I've admired, I've watched and such to make a beer like this. And could I tweak it? Wow, mouthfeels. Maybe make a bit more maltodextrin for the mouthfeel. Would I need to? Yeah, not sure. Lactose. That brings a sweetness there, doesn't it? I can taste that now, that lactose sweetness. Do I think it needs it? I maybe needs it for the body on this is just quite filling. Anyway, been nearly 10 minutes. There you go. Mango Lassi IPA version 1. Stunner, as far as I'm concerned. Best beer I've made so far this year. So thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed it, like it. If you want to see more, subscribe. And any questions, comment. Thank you. Bye.